Welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM. Of course, out here on a very early Sunday morning here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends up in the US, and of course, we're heading to Portland, Oregon. In particular, of course, being with the Portland women's basketball team. Of course, we have 7 very special guests joining us right now to tell us a bit about the season coming up for the Pilots in 2022-23 season. Thanks all you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, I will get each of you to introduce yourselves and tell us which junior basketball clubs back home that you all played for.
We'll start. I'm Keely Frawley. I'm a senior currently, and my junior basketball clubs are Sandringham Sabres and Nunawading Spectres.
My name's Hayley Andrews. I'm also a senior, and my junior basketball clubs were Townsville and Bendigo.
My name is Lucy Cochran. I am also a senior, and my junior clubs are Sandringham. I play with Keely, so yeah.
I'm Alex Fowler. I'm also a senior, and my home club was Townsville. I played with Hayley.
I'm Matty Condren. I'm a redshirt freshman, and I played at Bendigo Braves and Melbourne Tigers.
I'm Emma Streetline, and I'm a redshirt freshman as well, and I played for Kalamunda Eastern Suns.
I'm Emily Sewell, and I'm a sophomore, and I played for Dandenong Rangers, and I was at the Centre of Excellence for a little bit.
How's the pre-season been like heading to the non-conference play next month?
It's been really good. The girls have been working really hard, and obviously it's a big year because we have a lot of seniors this year, so we're just super excited to get on the court and start playing.
Hayley, you mentioned before there's a fair few seniors on the team, including obviously yourself and obviously Kelly next year as well. I guess I know that you had there was a COVID year in there as well. So any of you planning, if you're a senior, any of you planning to come back next year for obviously with another year added on?
This is actually my 5th year, so I'm officially done after this, but the other seniors have a 5th year, so if they would like to answer on coming back or not.
Yeah, I guess I haven't really thought about it much. I'm just kind of like taking each day as it comes, but I guess I'll make that decision at the end of season. But yeah, I don't really have an answer for that at the moment, but yeah.
I'm in the same boat as well. I kind of am trying to just take this season as it goes and as it comes, but yeah, I think I'm going to also wait till end of season to make that decision, because obviously I love playing for Portland and I love being in this area. So I got that side, and I also got the other side of going overseas to Europe or back home to Australia.
Yeah, I'm not graduating this year, so I am coming back next year.
There's a fair few of you from Australia, especially mainly from Victoria and Queensland. Obviously, I can't. Obviously, I've got to include WA in this as well. But when you all came over to the US, and of course arriving in the City of Roses there in Portland, did you ever thought that you were playing with each other, considering there's 3, or you're from 3 different locations around the country?
Definitely not. I would think it's one of those things where I originally first committed, and then Keely just happened to come on a visit over here, and I just happened to be here. And then obviously the same with Alex, and then it kind of just started like a whirlwind train, and then obviously the younger groups started to get through, and obviously it is nice to have a few Aussies with you, like especially at an international school, just to get a little bit of sense of home. But it's been nice to have a good bunch of us.
I mean, I think it's like you know everyone. Like I've kind of known everyone growing up because they're obviously all older, but you never thought you'd actually play together. But it's nice, like Hayley said, it's nice having Australians around. Makes it a lot better when you get homesick or stuff like that.
What have all 7 of you learnt from each other on and off the basketball court now?
I guess coming over to America, it's pretty daunting, but I think because Australia has a really good like club system, and like with NBL1 and stuff, I feel like we're already playing with like bigger bodies, so we're already like predisposed to like that like physicality. So I think that, you know, like having us all together, like going through that, I think it's been like really helpful along the journey.
Just adding on to that, I feel like something that Keely just mentioned, like I think we as Australians get more experience coming into our first year of college because we played with women already. Like I'm not sure how many like Americans coming out of high school have already like had that experience. So I think that's something we're fortunate to have, just coming straight from that and already getting to play basketball with older women who are there to kind of give us what we need to do. So yeah.
I feel like a lot of like our American teammates learn a lot from us as well, just with that like international exposure. So I think that's pretty cool too.
Tell us a bit about Coach Meek.
He's a good guy. He treats us very well, and he's obviously probably one of the best coaches like I've had personally, purely because he cares so much about your personal life first and making sure that we're doing okay being so far from home, and if there's anything we need off the court, and then obviously stuff on the court comes after that. So I think he does a good job of balancing that.
He's a very detailed kind of guy as a head coach. So something that I really like is when he has a million plays, like we have to learn so many plays, but with each play, he always likes to break it down to each little detail we need to learn. He teaches us why we're learning that detail. Like he goes through every step of the way, not just be like, we're getting this play for this person. Like it's nice because at the same time, we're learning about every single play we have.
Obviously, now you're playing with each other. I'm assuming it's better than playing against each other. And I know probably some of you have played against each other when you were playing back home. Tell us who won all the matchups if you've ever played against each other when you were playing back home.
Vic Metro, or what used to be Queensland North.
Unfortunately,
Lucy and Keely used to beat us all the time. They used to beat Alex and I a lot.
Queensland North kind of struggled for a little. I feel like Vic's always stacked.
Yeah.
Country, more so Metro.
And the girls
He's got to put it out there.
Metro was the team to beat.
Yeah.
Is it better now to play with each other now? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Definitely better than against, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, how did all you get involved in basketball, and why did you choose it?
I played netball for a while growing up, and then I kind of just came across basketball and loved it. So yeah.
Connie, Emma, any comments on that one?
Yeah.
Both my parents played basketball, and I think my dad just got me into it a lot. But I also played netball as well, like Lucy.
I was easily taller than every other child, and I had a friend who was really into basketball and took one look at me and was like, "You're turning up to training." So that's how that went.
Well, yeah, for me, both my parents played basketball, so that's kind of how I got into it.
I think a big one for me was that I could come to America and experience like the college life as well, and like play overseas. That was a big thing because I played netball too, but you can't come to America to play that.
And my cousin told me to come play basketball. So
my sister had a coordination issue, and the doctor told her she needed to play basketball. So I played because of her. That's how I got into it.
I think that's the best answer I've ever had to that question. So,
yeah, I'll thank my sister for that.
Emma, being the only one over there from WA amongst all the Queenslanders and the Vics, have you learned anything from the Vics and the Queenslanders?
I mean, I'm always learning from everyone, but it's definitely good. Like, it's the same thing, like all Australians, like the physicality and stuff is different, but Yeah, it's kind of like, I feel like it's still the same style of play, but I'm always learning from them, especially the older girls as well. There's so much to learn.
But also, I need to ask this, Emma, on top of that, do you feel a bit left out that, there's mainly all Queenslanders and Bigs on this team and not many from WA?
No, I feel like it's cool, like all Australians all together, but it's still, it's pretty cool.
I'm gonna ask your teammates this one, because then as I said, there's mainly Queenslanders and Bigs on this team. So how's it cool to at least have a Western Australian over there on the team?
I mean, it's good. I think it, when people ask where we're all from, it allows us to show different parts of the country and like how big it actually is, because I think people mistake a lot of how big our country actually is. So it's nice to like pinpoint on a map where each of us are from. So it's nice to get a little West Coast,
It's a small world.
action over there. Yeah.
Obviously, all you've been Aussies. There's a fair few New Zealanders on this team as well. I guess you've almost, there's not many locals there, is there, on the team?
No, there's 6 of them.
They graduated last year, both the locals.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's three
Kiwis.
New Zealanders. Emmy Shearer, she's a returner, and then 2 freshmen, Malika and Flo.
How cool is to have, a bit of the Aussie / New Zealanders connection over there. Considering, I think, as I said, I think it was like 10 or the 13 on the team that are technically down here.
It is nice. I think it's good to have a little bit of some Kiwis over here too. Also, it's nice to kind of just lean on each other. Like, we're all going through the same thing, being away from home. Like, it is nice to have a big group that kind of can relate. But yeah, I think there's 4 Americans on our team.
6.
Oh. It's that one.
What will be some highlights throughout all 7 of your basketball journeys? I know probably some of you have won championships, because I think I've been at least a couple of your championships down here. So what will be some highlights for all of you?
I think in particular, Alex, Haley, and I probably winning WCC in 2020, was it? Just before COVID. That was just such an amazing experience, because in the preseason poll we'll come 10th, and we just came out and won it and showed everyone that, we can actually win it. And yeah, I just feel like that is just such a memorable experience and something we'll never forget.
Yeah, sadly, I wasn't a part of that team, but for me, probably I played in the under-17s world team when we won. So that was definitely one of my highlights, or just probably any of the state teams I played in. Played in a few of Keely, so that was always a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably state teams, and then I've traveled a bit with basketball. Like, I've been to Japan and America, obviously, so that's also cool.
I feel like, yeah, definitely state teams, and then like being a development player for WWL. But yeah, being able to travel for the sport I love is really cool.
I'm just going to be repeating what other people said. Like, state teams were an amazing experience for me, and I just say all of last year was just crazy and a huge new experience that I really enjoyed.
I think a highlight is just all the places that basketball has taken me so far. Like, I feel like even just on this Portland team as well, like, we got to go around like America, like we got to go through California and all that. Like, it's places we didn't think we'd be traveling to. So that's really fun.
What does the sport of basketball mean to all 7 of you, and especially being over there in Portland?
I think it definitely means a lot. I think for most of us, it probably makes our families really proud that we've moved away from home and we're doing this, and they get to watch us play the sport we love. So I just think definitely, I think for just making our family proud.
Yeah, just like coming off that, I think we like love the sport itself and like love playing and love the competitiveness, but I think it's just amazing the people we meet along the way. Like, I played since I was like 6, and like all my best friends are just like within that sport. So I think that's just such a cool thing. And like all around the world, like literally we have like some European and then like just like American, and like obviously in Australia, like we meet like just a lot of new people.
Yeah, I feel like definitely forming like heaps of like really close friendships and bonds as well is like a big part of the sport, like because it's a team sport, definitely. And then like also on the fact that like, yeah, they're proud of us, but also I feel like my dad is always messaging me like, oh, like I miss actually seeing you play in person. And that's like definitely like a soft spot as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the community. Honestly, I've come from a small town, and it's always been a huge part of my interaction with the community around the town is like not even only just representing it, but also being able to bring things to the town and like coach and like kind of having the opportunity to work with a lot of different people. And then obviously to come out to America and have the opportunity to play with such an amazing team here. I think it's such an amazing sport for that.
I think like what they said, the community and like friends, like I've been doing basketball for ages now. So like all my friends, basically close friends, are from there because they understand like the lifestyle, I guess, and everything you go through.
Yeah, I mean, I think like we probably spend like at least 5 hours a day together at the stadium here. So we're all just really good friends and we kind of make it fun for each other. And I think like all my closest friends are through basketball. So that's something that's really special about it.
Yeah, just honestly what everyone else has said.
Obviously now being there in Portland in the City of Roses, I guess how have all you found being there in Portland?
Definitely definitely get something new every day. Yeah, it's never boring. I think it's cool like being like kind of close to downtown and like, you know, it's like a 10-15 minute drive, and it's like this campus is kind of like in your own bubble, so you feel pretty safe. And I think, yeah, it has a lot to offer, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting fellows, but yeah. Unique beauty.
Portland has a lot of good food areas too, like really good food areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like through the university and everything, you get to meet a lot of people from different walks of life, and you know, a lot of like classmates or people in athletics as well, like are from all over the place. So that's an awesome opportunity going to school in America.
Now, of course, considering there's so many of you over there, I'm assuming practice gets a little bit intense when I'm assuming some of you would have to match up against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely make it like competitive, and I feel like the Aussie spirit definitely comes into play when we're in practice, and it gets really competitive, but we know that off the court we'll be fine, and like we're just here to make each other better. But that's a credit to our American teammates as well, and New Zealand teammates.
Finish on a couple lighthearted questions as well. Who's the comedian, the best singer, and into their TikToks?
The comedian is Connie.
I was gonna say Keely, so
Thanks, Connie.
Yeah, Connie and Keely are some comedians.
Kelsey's definitely got the singing.
Yeah, Kelsey Lindsay.
Yeah.
She sings some anthems, the American anthem, sometimes at games, which is really good.
And then Keely might take the TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves a good TikTok.
Yeah, and Kelsey probably too.
I know this thing called Be Real. I'm assuming the team's onto that one, I'm assuming as well. And who's onto that the most?
Like everyone.
Probably all of us
everyone.
have it, yeah.
Lucy got off it.
Connie doesn't have it.
sorry.
All right, sorry, Lucy, I've got to ask you this question. Why did you get off Be Real?
Well, I just found that I do basically the same thing every day. So I don't have much to share.
So, do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
No.
I don't.
I go missing during warm-ups sometimes. I just am late to warm up sometimes, and it kind of became a superstition thing that I sometimes.
Where's Alex?
Yeah. It's just kind of knowing now if I'm missing at the start of warm-ups, but I'll be there.
Not having one is having one. I feel like if I were to do something in particular, like it would kind of freak me out, or like if I didn't do it before a game, then I'd be like, okay, now I'm not going to play good. So I think that like just kind of relaxing and, you know, eating the right foods and stuff and getting myself prepared that way is good.
Now I know I'm going to ask the most silliest question I'm going to ask, considering there's, as I said, there's a lot of Aussies and New Zealanders over there. But among your US teammates, has anyone tried to put the Aussie or the Kiwi accents, and how's that traveling?
Mike?
Good.
Yeah, Mike definitely sometimes have to take a double take at what we say. I feel like we abbreviate a lot of things, but
I think a lot of, especially our housemate, Kelsey, has just kind of caught on to a lot of lingo that we say. And then, yeah, I feel like they're around us so much that they've just gotten used to it, honestly, because there's so many of us.
I feel like sometimes when they try to do our accent, it sounds like when they're trying to like, they sound British sometimes when they try to do our accent.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll flip the question then, which is, how's the American accent going for all of you?
I feel like it's not really an accent. It's kind of more like the sayings, like we would say like sweater or like stuff like that. But I hope that I don't, nothing against American accents. I just, you know, gotta breathe.
Gotta keep my Aussie one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's definitely, I agree with Keely, it's definitely more like the words we like change. Like sometimes I know a few of us will slip out y'all here and there. So
It's funny when we went home and I had a ton of people who'd be like, "Oh, I can't hear it," and then I'd say something and they'd be like, "Oh, I think I just heard the American accent."
Oh.
It started.
How cool to have at least, you know, to bring your US teammates to come down to Australia, and have you convinced them?
I think it would be nice. I think they'd really like it. Like we always talk about how nice Australia is, but obviously they don't really understand because they've never been and they're just so used to like America. But I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that a lot of them really want to come, and they obviously can basically travel all of Australia and have a house to stay at. So yeah, I think that's a cool thing.
Finish with these last two. Now, am I sure that most of you haven't been back home yet, like during this COVID period?
no, most of us got to go home last year, and then a few of us went home during COVID.
The second part of that question then is, obviously all 7 of you together, but do you miss home?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Definitely.
everyone can agree that I think just like not just seeing our family and then not seeing our family and then the food, obviously the food's a lot different, and then our friends back home as well, but the family over here makes up for it. So
And it is really nice to have, because our like season, we go like the whole 9 months and we get like 6 weeks home. Those 6 weeks are like the best the best weeks away from basketball, just back with your family. Like they do mean a lot to us.
One final one, and this is the question I've never asked any of my guests I've had on the show, especially when I've interviewed, college basketball players. Is there one Pacific coach back home that has, I guess, been like got to where you are now?
Me personally, probably Paul Flynn is a big inspiration of mine, and like definitely helped me in my junior years and like helped guided me through the college process as well. Another one is Joe Myers, who's like was my Sandringham junior coach. She's just like a family friend to me. So yeah, those two probably for me.
I've got a few. Like I've got Nicola Moyle, who was like my very junior years, like coached me all the way up until like I made it to NBL 1 basically. And then along with that, Andy Stewart, who was the Perth Lynx head coach for a while and got me into the development player, but also coached me when I was younger too. And Tom Knowles, my NBL 1 coach.
I mean, you could pick any person, just about anyone from any point in my basketball career, and I would be able to directly link them to getting here. But really, Bart Barnes and Joe Hurst, huge impact on me and really got me where I am today.
Yeah, I don't really know if I could name like a single person, because I just feel like every coach you have, even if they're kind of more challenging in a way, I don't know, you just learn different things from so many different coaches.
Yeah, I'll just hit off that. I feel the same. I feel like each coach has a different, they have different techniques, and the way you learn from them may be very different. Like growing up, I had a coach all the way from juniors all the way. She was an assistant on my Australian team, Claudia Broussard, and she was kind of like a good person who just pushed me even when I didn't want to be sometimes. But it was like, I couldn't name, there's been so many coaches that have helped me get to where I am today. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same boat as Alex and Lucy. I've had a lot of coaches, but probably like just to point two out, probably Claudia Broussard also, and Brady Walmsley, because they both gave me a lot of opportunities, but all of my coaches have been great and super grateful.
Yeah, I probably have to say the same. We all just have so many coaches through like state teams and I guess club teams, and obviously I was at the AIS, so like Christianville obviously was really good to me, and Mike Brookins was really good during my junior career and still till now. So yeah.
Some of you, thank you so much for giving up some of your time to join us. I want to wish your team all the best for the upcoming season. I'm hoping to be over there in the US later in the year to watch you all play. And let's hope all goes well for Portland. And let's hope we can back up and, I guess, take back the conference title again, the 22-23 season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No worries. And of course, that's the 7 Aussies there from the Portland Pilots women's basketball team. And of course, we'll put the schedule up on when you can watch them play on the live stream throughout the season. There's more on the Smashboard Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.